Now, residents of 5 communities along the coast in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region took to the streets to protest the delay in completion of the sea defense wall project in their area. Their anger was triggered by Sunday's tidal wave that washed away hundreds of houses and properties in Agaveji, Blekusu, Sarakope, Amutinu and Adina communities. Clad in red and chanting songs, the aggrieved residents blocked the Denu Keta road and prevented the flow of traffic. Fred Kwame Asari reports.
Akuvisala had spent her entire life on the shores of Agaveji. The recent tidal waves in the area washed away her household, which accommodated her 6-member family. She tells me she had never witnessed such a disaster, which had rendered her homeless. We heard a loud noise beneath our building during the night. My husband noticed the sea was removing the foundation of the building. We quickly moved some belongings and our children out. The uniforms and books of our children were drenched. We had to spend the night on the main road. I am sick and can't do anything on my own. I have lost all that I struggled for in this world. About 8 units of housing have been washed away. Comfort Ayobia's situation is no different. About 10 housing units of a household were washed away by the waves. They are compelled to spend the night under these nets while at the mercy of the weather. The sea washed away about 10 housing units. We need help. Lands belonging to 4 of my mother's relatives are now beneath the sea. My father's house, which contained 10 units, was also recently washed away. Hundreds of houses were affected by the tidal waves which swept through Agaveji, Blekusu, Sarakope, Amutinu and Adina communities sandwiched between the sea and the lagoon. According to NADMO, over 1,000 residents were affected. However, the residents believe an extension of the sea defense wall to their areas would have saved them from the disaster. They took to the streets to register their displeasure over what they described as government's unwillingness to continue the project. Dressed in red, the aggrieved residents blocked the access road linking the Denu to Keta with logs, stones, canoes and bent ties to prevent the flow of traffic. According to them, they are compelled to occupy the road since it is the only space available in their communities. Sylvester Kumewu is the assembly member for the Amutinu Sarakope electoral area.
The tidal waves is continuing to destroy our properties. The tidal wave is destroying our houses. It has taken over our land and the people are left with nothing. They are sleeping by the roadside. And so we are craving the indulgence of the municipal chief executive, the regional minister, and then the president, and all those who have the power to ensure that as soon as possible, the plight of the people of Amutinu, Sarakope, Blekusu, Agaveji and Adina should be salvaged in time.
The Ketu South Municipal Chief Executive, Elliot Agbenewu, who took a tour of the affected areas, assured the aggrieved residents that the contractor would return to site soon to commence phase 2 of the sea defense project.
I remember in 2017, July, we had a tidal wave challenge. That saw the government to move measures back to site, and they've been able to protect the coastal community from Blekusu up to at least part of Agaveji. However, we need to continue with the phase 2 of the project. We've gone far. There's a letter from the Ministry of Works and Housing to the Ministry of Finance, and that is the stage we have gotten to now. As far as the Ministry of Finance is giving the clearance, the contractor will return back to site to continue with the sea defense. So I think
the residents are hoping the government would act swiftly to prevent the entire community from being washed away. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Adina.